Hey, gang, all two of you. I am so sorry about being late. I thought I had plenty of time to brew tea and heat up my crumpets and get the condiments on there. But yet again, I was wrong on that. But I am here now. I just hit a button and knocked myself out of there. But these are my crumpets. I got those prepared last night because they have yeast in them. And so I had to let the dough rise and all of that. And so I have honey on one and grape jelly on the other. I am also, I've got my new teacup with the skull in it. I am drinking honeysuckle tea today, which is very, very good. And here's how completely out of it I am. There's something on my glasses once again. Then here I was playing my intro and all of that, and wasn't even live. I'm like, gee, Dana, that's real nice, you know. So I had to start everything over. It seems like the more I try to wipe these glasses off, the worse it's getting. But I guess I'm just going to have to deal with the smudge on my glasses. I hate it. But there's like one big smear. Like when I first got these glasses, I hate to complain, but when I first got these glasses, they were scratch resistant. They didn't really get smudges on them. But that stuff wears off, folks. And there is a smudge that I just can't get off of this one lens. And there's something on my nose too, other than my nose ring. That's it may be. I see what it is. There's something, and I can't do one of these streams without dogs coming back here all the time. I try to keep them blocked off, but okay. So there's some big gob of stuff. I'm so sorry, guys and gals. I have to put these nose pads on these particular glasses or they won't stay up on my nose. And so they've got gummy stuff on them and it's getting worn out again and I need to buy some more of these. But I promise I'm going to get to these movies. He Knows You're Alone and Hell Night. And I realized I might not have too many people because I had to keep changing the time. I thought it would be a great idea for me to take off today and then I'd have plenty of time to do stuff. Nope, didn't happen. So I'm going to try to sip this tea because every time I do one of these, my dessert, if I have dessert, like a baked dessert, it gets cold and my tea gets cold. So permit me to take a few bites of these crumpets and drink my tea. And we'll get started and we'll talk about He Knows You're Alone. Now, my good friend Uncle Bill says that this movie is like watching old people eat. He's always said that. Now, where he gets that at, God only knows. This also stars, well, it's kind of like an introduction to Tom Hanks for people. I don't think he had yet gotten Bosom Buddies yet. For those of you that remember the show Bosom Buddies that Tom Hanks had with Peter Scolari back in the 80s, but I think it only lasted 2 or 3 seasons. But I still love Tom Hanks in it. And I love him in this. He plays a character named Elliot, who is a psychology student who dates one of Amy's friends. And that's Caitlin O'Haney's character. Don Scardino is in this too as Marvin, the ex-boyfriend, and wants to be her boyfriend again, Marvin, who is I don't know if he's studying to be a forensics guy or a coroner or something like that. But so he's at the local, whatchamacallit, I guess morgue. Sorry. I'll tell you, once you get these crumpets in your mouth, it's a little bit hard to talk until you get them eaten a little bit. But they're really, really good. They're sort of spongy, and I apologize for my dog Sammy. So, what is this movie concerned? To get back to the movie before we have more distractions. So, we have a killer who was not jilted on his wedding day, but he had a girlfriend and she broke up with him and went off with this other guy and got married. He goes crazy, flips out, and wants to kill every woman that's going to become a bride. And he also killed the girl that he wanted to marry on her wedding day. She's, there's a flashback sequence. She's getting ready to go down and get married. She's fixing her dress and fixing her hair and doing all that stuff. And he comes and stabs her and kills her. Now, there's another tie-in with this scene and another character in the movie, this cop. He was the one that was supposed to marry the girl that years ago got killed by the other guy. So he's been trying to find this guy who's been on the run for years and years. But it is your typical slasher movie. It borrows very heavily, musically, especially from Halloween and other slashers that came before it. There's no doubt about this. But Kaylin O'Haney's character of Amy is somebody that's getting married. And so basically, this killer is stalking her and trying to find the best time to kill her. I know there have been other movies with heads in fish tanks. Um, but I think this is one of the great ones with a head in a fish tank. I mean, it's obviously a fake head. I know that. But it's still pretty cool when you see it and when Amy sees it near the end of the movie. There's also a great song, in my opinion, called It's the Night Again. There's a fly flying around here. It's the Night Again by, oh, Mark Peskanov, I believe. And I think it's, who is it sung by? Hold on just a second. Alexander Peskanov and Mark Peskanov did the song, and they originally sang it, but I think Vinnie Canali sings it in He Knows You're Alone. Now, I would play the song, but I'm afraid that, even though I don't think that's a well known song, it still might, get me in trouble with the powers that be. However, there we go. I can give you guys and gals a link to the Pescanol version as well as Vinnie Canali, I think. So this is the Pescanol version, and the second one is the one that's actually from the movie. And I don't think either one of them are exceptional quality, but if you want to hear the song that I'm talking about, then you most certainly can do that. So, when Uncle Bill said this movie is like watching old people eat, I can only take it to assume, or assume that he's saying it's boring and that nothing happens. Oh, how wrong he is, because things do happen. People do get killed in the film. And I think when the killing is not going on, it's still entertaining. My gosh, you have Tom Hanks in a very early role in this. Darn Scardino is absolutely lovable as Marvin. I'm telling you, I could fall in love with a guy like Marvin. And Don Scardino is great, or at least he was in his younger days, of playing these lovable, slightly nerdy guys. He was also in Squirm, but I like his character Marvin a lot better in He Knows You're Alone. And if you watch the movie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I love He Knows You're Alone. I think it's a decent slasher film. Again, yes, it does borrow very heavily from films that have came before it. I ain't even gonna lie about it. But there's even a scene with some keys that need to be found. Remember the scene in Halloween where Jamie Lee Curtis is going, the keys, oh, the keys. Well, there's a scene with she's trying to find car keys. Amy's trying to find car keys, and the killer is coming across the yard. And she's like, the keys, where's the fucking keys? You know, it's a little bit more explicit than the Jamie Lee Curtis one. But I don't know. I don't think it's an awful film. I don't think it's a boring film. I can see where some people, it might not be their cup of tea. It also has one of those movie within a movie scenes near the beginning where these girls are watching a horror film in a movie theater. But when the movie first opens, we think that that movie is the movie, or at least I did. And then we pan out to see a movie theater and people watching a horror movie with a masked killer on it. And one of the girls is getting married and is going to get killed in the movie theater. She's going to get stabbed through the back of her seat in the movie theater. So I'm not going to give this one a 5. You know, I'm going to use the Deadites rating scale. But I can hear some people groaning now, namely Uncle Bill. But I'm going to give it 4 Deadites out of 5 just because I think it's entirely watchable and rewatchable. It's not a horrible movie. I don't think it's a slow movie. I don't think it's boring. I would say if you've never seen it, try to find a for free version. I'm not telling anybody to go out there and spend their hard earned money on something that they've never seen before. But if you can find a for free version, definitely check it out. Blissful, you mean what tea blend did I choose for today? I actually used the honeysuckle tea, and if you didn't see the crumpets, there's a half of one left there with grape jelly on it. These things are, yeah, they're very good. I will say that. Not really sweet. The cake part of it is not, but I don't think it needs to be. If you can put honey or syrup or jam or jelly or whatever, then it's going to be really sweet enough. So, um, so that brings me to the second movie that I wanted to talk about today. Thank you, Blissful. They are pretty good. Is Hell Night, starring Linda Blair, Vincent Van Patten, and Peter Barton is in this as well. This was produced by Irwin Yablans and Bruce Pond Curtis. Yes,
he's a blonde.
And directed by none other than Tom DeSimone or Simone or how you pronounce that guy's last name. So I love Hell Night because Hell Night is, for me, like a combination slasher creature film or monster film. Yeah, he's being Ninja Steve again. Could you find her?
No.
We're forever losing dogs around here. You sure she's not in her bed? I'm sorry, folks.
No.
Am I going to have to go out there and help you look for her?
No. I can do it.
Well, anyway, back to the movie. So this is a sorority fraternity hazing initiation where college students are asked to stay all night in this big old gothic mansion. And the heads of the fraternities and sororities are planning on scaring the new pledges. And they've got, speakers set up in this old gothic house. There's a story about this family where the father killed the other members of the family. The kids were what? I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what Steve's talking about. What, dear?
Lifetime movie.
This ain't no Lifetime movie. It's Hell Night.
It's called, with Tori Spelling, Mother May I Sleep with Danger.
Is that what you're watching?
No.
Okay. Why are we talking about
you? Said something that reminded you.
But anyway, they're supposed to stay all night in Garth Manor. The fraternity and sorority heads of the fraternity and sorority are planning on scaring the shit out of these pledges. But Garth Manor is not haunted. Steve, I can't even concentrate. He's doing Wayne and Garth stuff. Now I can't quit laughing. But Steve, why are you doing that? I'm never going to get through this last movie of you. Steve's been drinking, folks. That's probably why he's acting so silly. Blissful, you said Lifetime movies are gateway movies to Hallmark. They probably are, because my mom watches both. So,
I only watch Black Christmas movies now on Hallmark.
Black Christmas movies?
Yeah. It's a subgenre of the Hallmark Christmas movies, but there's only black people in them.
Dude, what are you drinking?
It's a margarita.
I don't need it. I'm going to have some whiskey later.
Whiskey dick.
You can tell Steve's been drinking. Anytime you're going to derail my stream, dude.
Right.
So anyway, so it's not, Garth Manor is not really haunted. It's, the creatures are not dead. They're still there in the house, and they start killing off the pledges very gorely as the movie moves along. I love the interaction between Linda Blair and Peter Barton. I think the chemistry between those two is fantastic. I love Vincent Van Patten in this. I love Suki Goodwin, who plays the love interest of Vincent Van Patten. I don't think he did, Uncle Bill. I don't even know if I should tell him that they have that one available. Yeah, Steve did say whiskey dick earlier, Uncle Bill. Hey, and by the way, dude, you missed me talking about he knows you're alone. Hey, Steve. Steve. Uncle Bill's got a question for you. Uncle Bill. He wants to know if you got any of them Air 4444 discs. I think they had Red to Kill or something.
No, I do not, because I'm not gonna. One, I can't be available when they put them on sale, and then they sell out too fast, and they're also super expensive.
They sell out too fast. What the hell? something like Red to Kill sells out too fast. What is wrong with people?
People are just programmed by Vinegar Syndrome and Severin that they'll buy anything that comes up. And we only got 10.
Do they know what Red to Kill's about?
I guess. But I do not have any. I have digital copies. If you want to go that way.
Wow.
I just watched Inside on the second site.
Well, that's a good movie, though.
It's very disturbing. It's more disturbing than I remember.
Maybe we can.
The American version's a lot better as far as not being has a happy ending and everything.
Yeah, well, we can't always have a happy ending.
Look at this shit. It looks like it glows.
Yeah, but if it's that hard seltzer stuff,
no, it's just.
I thought that one was hard seltzer.
No.
Well, let me have a sip of it. If it's not hard seltzer, I'll take a sip.
I got a hard something.
Stop that! You're going to get me kicked off of YouTube. Stop that.
Hard seltzer. Self-serve.
Sorry, y'all didn't see that.
I did.
Somebody's kids could be watching.
Oh my God! I didn't know it was PG. I'm sorry. I blame The Rock.
You blame The Rock?
I didn't know. I still thought it was PG. So
okay, well, whatever.
What the fuck is this?
What? Steve's using bad language.
Hey, that's the nail polish lid.
Well, I wonder where that cap went to, but you already used all that. So sorry, guys. We're having a little.
I'm so sorry, guys.
We're having family interaction. No.
I'll cut this out in post, guys.
Uncle Bill, you say Steve's horned up. Well, as long as he doesn't take his clothes off, I think we'll be fine.
I was going to take a piss over here in the corner if that's okay with everybody.
Stop that. Go sit down, Steve. That's awful.
Where are you at? I can't see myself. There we go.
Steve, stop. You're going to get me in trouble on here. See, that's what happens when my husband drinks. You're dying, Uncle Bill. You should have got your ass on here and talked about...
Get ready. I'm going to do a stream after Dana's done. No, I'm not.
The Steve drunk stream?
Oh, no, because Wes would get too much money off of it.
Yeah, like he got money off of me.
You got money
I paid for that for 3 days.
Hey, I want to do some clapping.
No. Darcy doesn't like that.
All right, I'm going to get
What, are you in the freaking Conjuring movie or something?
No, I was doing...
I know what you're doing. I'm just
Foz
saying.
Rotten is my boy.
I like Foz. But anyway, like I was saying, Uncle Bill, you should have got on here when I was talking about He Knows You're Alone earlier. How come you didn't do that? Are you still at work? But, Blissful's getting y'all some more fans, it looks like, Uncle Will. But anyway, what happened with Foz? I think Foz is still around, but oh yeah, technically you're still at work. Okay. I don't know what Steve's watching, but he's in there laughing like a crazy man. But anyway, back to He Knows You're Alone. Back to Hell Night. This is a great little slasher movie. I haven't really heard anybody say anything bad about Hell Night that has seen it. Even Wes, I don't think I've heard him say anything bad about Hell Night. Hell Night was a movie that I was introduced to when I was a kid, teenager. And I think my mom and my Aunt Sandy ended up renting it. And I remember watching that with them, I think. And it was fun then. It's still fun now. Like I said, I don't have anything bad to say about this movie. And Blissful, since you're in here, I don't know if you can see that, but Linda Blair has a cameo on in this movie. And when I see that, it makes me think of you because we've talked about cameos and stuff. So pretty decent slasher creature feature type film. A lot of cool kills in it. Um, and Linda Blair and Peter Barton are pretty resourceful throughout the majority of the movie. Linda Blair does a lot of screaming. I don't remember Linda Blair getting naked in this, but you know, for those of you that want to see her naked, there are other films, Savage Streets being one, where you can enjoy Linda Blair's nakedness. Um, so I let's see. I'm going to give this one a 4 as well. Not perfect, but still a very, very good horror film. And if you haven't seen it, if you can find a for free version, again, don't go out and buy it. Don't spend your hard earned money unless you watch it for free and you figure out, hey, I might like to watch this again at a later date. You could think about purchasing it then. Um, but both of these look great on the Blu-ray. The only problem is, take a look at this, folks. So this is a collector's edition of Hell Night. This is how uneven Screen Factory can be sometimes. This one was put out by Screen Factory, right? Now look at this one. This is for Knows You're Alone. This is the laziest, some of the laziest packaging I've ever seen in my life. Screen Factory also put this one out. But look at the picture they put on it. That is a good picture that's very representative of the film, so much so that they put a little cartoon version of it on the title. And I believe it's on the poster and everything else. But why in the heck is this blurry and grainy? This is a freaking Blu-ray. Couldn't they have gotten a better picture or better quality picture of this to put on there? Okay. And I know you guys aren't feeling this, but you talk about flimsy. The case is one of those damn eco cases, and it's very flimsy. So all I can say is Screen Factory, I'm very disappointed in you with the way you packaged this release. Lazy, 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 and cheap. You know, I don't say a lot of bad things about Screen Factory, but I have to in this case. So that's probably my only qualm with either one of the movies. So, I know this was a quick one. Usually these Terror Time teas are not very long. I did enjoy my honeysuckle tea and my crumpets with honey and grape jelly. I would highly recommend them. If you look up crumpets on Google, that's what I did. Crumpets recipe, and it came up authentic English crumpets. And do give yourself time because they do have yeast in them, and you do got to let the yeast rise for an hour or two. I let mine go ahead and rise last night for a couple of hours. Um, but if you're interested in making these, they're like little spongy, almost like angel food cake, but not quite. They have a little bit different texture than angel food cake. And they're not, the cake part of it is not really sweet. It's only got like a teaspoon of sugar, or in my case, a teaspoon of sweetener. But once you put honey or syrup or jelly or jam on there, yeah, it's going to enhance it. So, highly recommend. Give a thumbs up to the authentic English crumpets. And 2 thumbs up to the honeysuckle tea. I love this tea. I also recommend the chunky watermelon. You can get both of these from Amazon. The chunky watermelon tastes like bubblicious watermelon gum. I kid you not. That's what it tastes like. Um, and I know a lot of people aren't big tea drinkers, and that's okay. Some people don't like hot tea, but they like iced tea. So you most certainly could brew a bunch of this, like watermelon or the honeysuckle, and then chill it and have some iced tea. So nothing says that you can't do that as well. So Despite Steve coming in here and making lewd comments and stuff, I thought this was a pretty good stream. This will be my final stream for the week, unless I get a wild hair. And I hope, I love doing the streams on the weekend. Yeah, iced tea hack. Yep. Um, I love doing the streams on the weekend. I love doing the watch alongs. I love doing the movie munchies. But this girl's got other things that she's got to do. So hopefully everybody will understand that.
This girl's got other things to do, like me.
Steve's being silly. Don't listen to that. Steve, calm down. I'm almost ready to get off here.
I'm ready.
Blissful, you say put the tea in ice cube trays and freeze so the tea isn't weak. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect, Blissful. I like that hack. I really, really do. So I'm going to try to get some things done with the shop and make some more samples of things that I can show off on the shop so that people will want to order things from me. So that site again is deaditesondeck.com, and I'm slowly starting to get things on there. It's just taken me a little bit of time to do that, but I'm going to go ahead and call it a day for now. And I just want to remind everybody next week, the movie Munchies will return. I will be making Norma Bates homemade cinnamon rolls adapted from a recipe that my mom always cooked. They're absolutely delicious and poison free as well. And we will be having some watch alongs. And we'll be, or I'll be showing The Fury and Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield and Keith Gordon and Robert Downey Jr. Go grab Steve's ass. Well, yeah, I don't know. Promises, right? But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. I'm just being silly. So, I just want to remind everybody that's watching, and we do have 8 watching. Only Blissful and Uncle Bill are talking in here, but there are 8 people actually watching my ass on here. Well, not my ass, literally, but watching me talk about these movies. But I just want to remind everybody to be kind to one another and blaze that trail. And I'm out of here, folks, and I will see everybody next time.